Worse, they worry that they might be awoken at 2 a.m. to the sound of breaking glass and and feet pounding on their living room floor as an invader storms in to steal the family's goods or worse, harm the family itself. They worry when they've seen the Toronto police say that it is necessary to leave your keys at the front door to make it easier for criminals to safely steal your car. And they worry when they think about what they might do to protect their family if an intruder ever entered. What do you do if you've got a small child down the hallway and you hear that ominous sound of a home invasion? The answer for any parent is we would do anything necessary to protect our children. But unfortunately, people who've done that have faced the brunt of the law. The system treats, after 10 years of Liberals, the system treats victims like criminals and criminals like victims. Back in 2019, 3 masked intruders, one armed with a sawed-off shotgun, broke into a residence in Collingwood. Cameron Gardner and his girlfriend were tied up. When they finally freed themselves, they struggled with the intruders. The attacker's gun went off twice, striking 2 of the attackers. 1 escaped. Now, when Cameron saw the police arrive, he was relieved until he found out that they were going to put him in handcuffs. He'd fought for his life. He was courageous. And this is the price he paid. He was in jail for 6 months. He was in a legal process for over 2 years, spending an ungodly fortune on lawyers. And then there's Ali Mian. In February of 2023, the Milton residence and licensed firearms owner awoke to find five intruders who were masked and armed. They came in, broke into his house, carrying weapons, zip ties, and harmed his mother. After using his legal firearm to shoot one of the intruders, he was able to fight them off. But he was arrested. By the way, one of the intruders had a 9mm handgun. And yet, the law went after this innocent man trying to defend his home. He had to post $130,000 in bail for defending his family. After 5 months of hell, the second-degree murder charge was finally dropped by the Crown because they realized there was no reasonable chance of conviction. But it is outrageous that this man had to live through that hell when he should have been focused on recovering from the trauma of fighting off a dangerous criminal. And that is why Conservatives are standing here today, based on the principle that your home is your castle. We're calling on the government to introduce and immediately pass the Stand on Guard law, failing which one of our party's MPs will put forward such a bill. It will amend Section 34.2 of the Criminal Code, which right now says that you can defend yourself based on 9 very complicated and vague conditions. Now, look, if you're defending your house, you don't have time to think through 9 different conditions. You have one condition: to protect yourself and your kids. And it is wrong for the law, for the police, and for judges to apply a complicated, indecipherable legal doctrine against you when you were only doing what is right. Our amendment instead will change Section 34.2 of the Criminal Code to say that the use of force, including lethal force, is presumed reasonable against an individual who unlawfully enters a house and poses a threat to the safety of anyone inside. The proposed amendment is reasonable and prudent. It applies only to the unlawful entry of a home and preserves proportionality. Simply put, it means you have the right to use force to defend your home and your family against someone who threatens you and who has entered illegally.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. So pretty much this is basic here, folks. This is basic. And to me, when you see something like this and you're hearing about something like this isn't a liberal or conservative issue, at least in my opinion. This is about just common sense here. Now, why would you even need this in the first place? It's clear because people are getting their damn doors kicked in, and you have intruders, burglars, whatever the hell you want to call them, running up into your house with absolutely no fear because they know that as of right now, you pretty much don't have the right to defend yourself to a certain degree. To a certain degree. And like he mentioned, 9 different conditions is absolutely ridiculous here, folks. You don't have time to think about conditions when somebody is running up into your apartment, your house, wherever you live. You don't have time to think, which is absolutely crazy. And so, why is this happening? Criminals aren't afraid anymore. They're not scared, in my opinion. You look at the latest example of the episode I did just a couple days ago with Jeremy McDonald from Lindsay, Ontario. He got arrested for defending himself when somebody came into his house at 3:20 a.m. in the morning with a crossbow. You heard that correctly. Yes. Allegedly, I should say a crossbow, but I did hear that was the weapon of choice for this criminal. And at this point, the government has to do something. And I mentioned, I don't care about the conservative and liberalism and all that kind of crap as of right now. This is just a common sense thing. You cannot allow people to run up in your house, criminals, and break into your house and you not have the right to be able to defend yourself, even if it is lethal force. Now, I'm sure at the beginning, you're not thinking whether this is going to be lethal or not if you have a legal firearm. The point is that you have to defend yourself. If you have children, you may have parents. You could have parents, children who are handicapped, physical, mental disabilities. Oh, you have to be able to protect them if they cannot protect themselves. Are you just supposed to stand there and do absolutely nothing when people are literally trying to terrorize you? What sense does that make? And it's sad that we even have to talk about this, but this is what is going on throughout many different communities in the country right now. It's not even just Ontario, it's all over the damn place. And whether you like it or not, people are going to defend themselves one way or the other. It's just instinct. It's instinct. They're going to do it, whether the government allows it or not. But the government should put some type of law in place, like the one Pierre Poilievre is proposing right now, that protects people in their houses from being arrested and charged for defending themselves against criminals breaking in. I mean, I think that's just basic. Because here's what a lot of people don't understand. There's something about when you're a hardworking man or woman and you go to work every day and you're an honest person and you're working your ass off to provide for yourself, for your family, whoever you're providing for. And it's true, like your home is your castle. That's where you go when you want just ultimately peace. When you want peace, those 4 walls, that is your space. So for you to be living your life, minding your own business, and somebody is willing to run up into your house and terrorize you and take and steal your belongings is infuriating. It's infuriating.
It's completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
And to me, it's just the ultimate disrespect. It's the ultimate disrespect. So when it comes to a law like this, I understand it. And I can see why many people would want this in place. I don't understand why you wouldn't be. In regards to a firearm, it should be a legal firearm that you can have within your dwelling. And that's it. If you can have a firearm, it should be in your home, used to be able to protect yourself from unwanted criminals and burglars who are trying to gain access into your house. And hopefully that will make criminals think twice before doing something so damn low down. Because I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of things you can do. And that's one of the most damn low down things that you can do. And as I mentioned before, lethal force is presumed reasonable in this type of case. Now you saw that he also talked about the burglar and the incident that happened in Milton. That was a case, I believe, that happened a couple years ago when 3 guys ran up into the house. The homeowner had a legal firearm there, and his mother was in the house. He was protecting his mother. He shot and killed one of them. After about 5 or 6 months of going to court, the back and forth and whatnot, he did end up getting off. Because, I mean, what would he be going to jail for? One of the guys who came into the house had a 9mm pistol, who kicked his door down and came in. How would it make sense that he would be going to jail for anything? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense at all. So this is something that is completely understandable to me. I get it. And we'll see what happens here. But I can definitely understand why a law like this would be proposed to everybody here. So at Microach7 on IG, at Microach23 on X, folks, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the podcast. All right. So, folks, I'll be back again soon. Peace. I'm out.